First you have to create all these 4 groups. Means you have to create all these are the OS groups you have to create.
Okay.
Right? I have created all these 4 groups. Thereafter you have to create just a minute. Thereafter you have to create a user in which I have created a single user Oracle, which will be the owner of grid as well as the database. There are another installation option that you will create another user grid that will be the owner of your ASM or grid infrastructure, and there is a separate user Oracle that will be the owner of your database, right? So what I am doing, I am creating a single user, means to show you the installation that you are able to understand. So I am doing means I am creating a single user in which will the owner of your grid infrastructure as well as the database, right? I have created a user. I will change the password.
Okay.
By using passwd command, right? No, I have right. I have changed the password of my user, recently created user. If I will do ID Oracle, it will show you the user groups, means OS groups in which this Oracle user is associated, means what are the primary and secondary groups, right? Thereafter
Okay.
you have to make some changes in your sysctl.conf, right?
Right.
You have to open it on VI editor, right? Vim editor, and you have to paste all these lines to your sysctl.conf,
Okay.
right? Execute this sysctl.conf by typing sysctl -p, right? Now
Right.
you have to set some limits. VI, right? It has
Right.
opened. You have to do entries as I have explained you, all these entries, right? You have to create some directories, means for your grid installation as well as for your database installation. Here you can see I have created a db_1. This is for my grid binaries to store my database binaries, means database related activities, database related softwares, and this is for my grid, right? So I will
Okay.
create 2 separate
Right.
directories, one for database and one for grid, right? Means or we
Right.
can say not exactly the database, one for Oracle and one for grid infrastructure, right?
Right.
Right, I have created. I have to do some entries on my bash profile. Here you can see I have taken the name of my database as myasm, right?
Okay.
Here I will change
Yes.
it as POWASM, or leave it as it is. Leave it as it is, right? Now
Right.
you have to execute this bash profile. So the parameters load, right? Thereafter you have to check, means there are some RPM that are required to run your Oracle and the grid. So I am checking my RPM for Oracle installation first of all, right? So this is the
Okay.
command. Here you can see there are following 2 RPMs are not, right?
Okay.
That you have to load manually like this. Means you have to go, I have copied my server folder cd/where ftp pub. This is the default location where you will get all the all the software from in your network, right?
Right.
FTP location. Server and ASM. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I have pasted on root as well. Okay, this is mistake. Okay. CD server. Right?
Right.
Right? LL. You can see all these RPM are exist here. Right?
Right.
Now, what are those two RPMs? I will again run this command. These are the two RPMs. Then what we need to do? RPM minus IVH. Thereafter the devil. Thereafter put a asterisk.
Okay.
It will install all the RPM related to that name, right? Now, thereafter you have to install RPM IVH, thereafter Unix and ODBC devil. Thereafter again check whether the required RPMs are available. All are available, right? So move ahead for next step. Now this is the point where you will create your disk. To prior to creating your disk, ASM disk, you need some RPMs to be installed, right? So there are separate RPMs for that. You have put that RPM in the folder ASM RPMs, right? These are the RPMs, right? You need to install all these RPMs. First of all, you have to install RPM minus IVH, Oracle ASM dash support, right?
Right. Okay, so this one you have ASM packages for
Right,
64-bit.
right.
In the
These are the
document, it is specified 32-bit. So
no issue.
just to clarify,
You just have to download that particular I am installing on 64-bit Linux, right? That document I
oh,
have created for 32-bit Linux that you have to install
oh,
you have to download for 64-bit Linux, right? Kernel should be
okay,
matched,
so I should have
right?
64-bit Linux, right?
Right.
Okay.
If you are installing 32-bit Linux, then you must have to install 32-bit related RPMs for Oracle, right? If you are installing you
Oh,
have installed for 64-bit Linux, then you must have to install for 64-bit related RPM. Kernel should be matched, right?
oh, right.
Okay. Next is RPM Oracle ASM 2.6.8 and 27 64-bit, right? Oracle ASM library. This is very much needed to create your Oracle disk, ASM disk, right? We
Okay.
have completed this portion, right? We have installed all 4 RPMs, right?